Hi, welcome back to a bonus episode of the C Files. We're releasing this on what's going to be Friday the 13th. We're recording this in advance. But this week, I've got a special guest, 40.
You alright?
Yeah, so, because it's Friday the 13th, I thought let's review Friday the 13th. And you said you really like horror movies, so I thought might as well bring someone who seems to know what they're talking about at least a bit.
Yeah.
We did the remake from 2009 instead of the original because it's just easier to find the remake around places that's on Netflix if you want to find it.
I don't know if the 74 is it 74?
I think it's 80.
No, I thought okay, yeah. Is it 1980? Is it on Netflix?
I don't think the original's on Netflix. No, I don't know where the original is.
I'll check.
I think it's on like all the like Amazon and all that, but you have to pay like you have to rent it. It's not on Prime.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
But
it's
not on Netflix.
No, it's not.
Thing
about this movie, it is a hard 18. Like Jesus
100%.
Christ.
Like it's literally like sex, gore, all of it.
Yeah, it's like because you know IMDb, the film website.
Say again?
There's if IMDb.
Yeah.
Well, they have this thing where it's called the Parents Guide, and it'll have like everything that like could give a film like a higher age rating, and then I'll see how bad that certain thing is in the movie. And for this movie, it's like violence, gore, sex, drugs, and it's just like all severe.
Yeah.
Like the highest. Because this movie is like, you know what? Let's just mess with everyone and put every like as it's kind of funny and like nowadays where everything's like kind of PG-13 or like made for like younger audiences so more people can see it.
Yeah.
For this movie to be like, let's just make it 18 and like the most hard 18 you can find out there.
Yeah. See, the thing with this film is like, I thought I feel like it's low budget.
Did you get that? I mean, it's one of those. It's hard to tell, especially nowadays. Cause,
I kind of felt like it was low budget. Maybe just because of the actors or whatever. But then when you look at the sets and that, it's quite nice. They've got good sets.
Like yeah, I think this definitely has like the highest budget of the whole franchise. I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Well, like back in the day, they just didn't spend the money that they do these days.
Well, it's really funny because I've watched from all the movies, and then like none of this franchise is very good. Like, it's not a good franchise as a whole. It's not. It's got like the highest. It gets the highest like, and quality is just like so. And I feel like a lot of it's just nostalgia nowadays. You know.
Yeah. So wait, in the old one, is this like a sequel? I don't think so. Is it?
Yeah. So this is a weird kind of thing. So.
Yeah,
this is
it's like the same concept, but it's yeah.
Yeah, so timeline wise, so this is the remake. Like they've scrapped everything, but it'd be hard to tell that because the movie starts off in that that black and white opening credit scene, like the black and white scene where the mother gets her head cut off.
The woman, she's like
it's filmed like.
But that's not Jason. That's Jason's mom, no.
Yeah, that is the ending of the original first movie.
Yeah, so they kind of when they start, but then the whole of the other film just does not relate to the start of this film.
Yeah, that's one of those weird things because the franchise, if you know it, the first movie, Jason Voorhees is not in it at all. He's in it for like 5 seconds at the end with this jump scare, but his mother's the killer in the whole movie. I don't think Jason doesn't even get his hockey mask until the third film. Yeah,
because I think he just finds it, right? It's already like.
Yeah, he kills some guy, and the guy's got a hockey mask on. He's like, "Ooh!" and he picks it up.
In this film, yeah.
This movie, it's really weird. If you watch the behind the scenes for this movie, like the director's like, "And you've never seen Jason get his mask before," and I'm like, "You do." In the third movie, he did you something's like, "Did you watch these movies?"
No, because in this one, he kills some guy in some barn, and he just finds it on the ground.
But he finds it, and he's like,
I don't know. I feel like it could be a bit more meaningful. His mask, instead of he just picks up. Have you seen The Boy?
Yeah.
Did you see the sequel?
I did not.
Okay, well, I don't want to. Is it okay if I review this?
Yeah, I think you can spoil. Spoilers for
at the end of The Boy.
Seen it. Skip a minute ahead.
At the end of The Boy, the Boy 2, basically the whole film is kind of like at near the purpose of the film is basically so this kid gets away from the doll, and then like at the very end of the film, his mom tucks him in, right? Like
Mm.
in his normal bed in his normal home, and then he like gets out of his bed, like opens his closet, and then like the mask of like the bigger boy,
Yeah.
like the guy who actually lives in the walls, who's
Yeah.
like controlling the baby or the doll.
Mm-hmm.
Like he gets his mask, like or like a shot of it, and he
Mm-hmm.
puts it on his face, and there's this kind of dramatic music. And I feel like something like that would be cool for like Jason's mask, like some kind of more like meaningful kind
Yeah.
of chatting.
I think that's the thing though. Like, it's kind of hard with the source material because, like, at the end of the day, Jason Voorhees is just like a dude who's deformed on his face and kind of an idiot.
Yeah, he's
So
not very intelligent, but in this one, for some reason, he's very intelligent.
it's
Like
really funny.
so,
There's a
I
thing fans have.
yeah.
This is Bear Grylls, Jason Voorhees.
Oh no.
Because like, if you've seen there, like he's like the slowest moving guy. Like he's really slow. Like he'll just kind of pick up whatever's around him and just impromptu kill someone.
Yeah, literally, but I kind of like that. It's quite artistic.
That is cool. But this movie is like, we're gonna make him realistic. So like he's got like a system. He's got tunnels underground.
Yeah.
He's
Like
got a
I
bell
thought
system.
he was like some I thought he was just some guy. He wasn't no like he had like a
Yeah.
tunnel. He like held that woman captive and murdering her on the spot.
Hmm.
Which I thought was kind of mad.
Although, if you didn't understand the reason for that, then I get it. Is that the whole thing is that she looks like his mother, and
No,
yeah, Jason's like this big mama's boy. Like his mom loved him and all that.
like then near the end, like she says like, oh like, say goodbye to your mom. Like you'll see her in hell, and then like
Yeah.
whatever they put her in. That was sick actually. That was a cool shot.
That was a cool, yeah.
And then I thought because I watched the kill count as well, just to like
Yeah, Dead
inform
Meats
myself.
Kill. We've mentioned them. I think a podcast ago. We love Dead Meats Kill Count. Watch them if you can.
Yeah, kill counts are very, very good.
Actually, when this is being released, he's recounting all those movies. So, the original he's redoing those kill counts.
Nice. So
yeah, so same day this is
like,
released, you'll have another kill count on Friday the 13th. So subscribe to Deadbeat to find that.
Yeah. I didn't really like notice how intricate and like elaborate the way he kills people are. Like I don't know, it's just interesting. Like there was that really that one I thought was quite cool. Not because of the nudity, keep in mind. Like the woman, she's like under the deck by the lake, and like
which one's this? Yes, when she's under the
yeah. What's her name? Whatever. But
no one knows.
He like jabs his knife down in one of the crevices of the planks, and like into her head, and then he pulls it up. And, obviously, this is where the nudity comes in because she's naked. Yeah.
It's a Friday the 13th film. Of course, she's gonna be naked.
Yeah, there was some like really intense sex scenes.
Yeah, this has got to be like this. I'm like, what are you doing? Like,
yeah,
there's
like,
at least like 7 minutes of just sex scenes in this movie.
It's meant to be a horror film like porn.
Yeah, like for like a few minutes, you're like, time this movie's like, is this what this movie's gonna be? Like,
yeah, like in the opening scene, which was such a long opening scene.
I know. I'm like, because but if you watch it, like, there is so much you could cut from that. Like the opening shot of them walking to the camp. No one needs that. Like, scrap that. I'm like, there's a lot of this. I'm like, you don't need this.
Yeah. Like no, but then like what? Yeah. Also, like the what kill count pointed out, James, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Like, there's really cool, like, that woman in her sleeping bag hanging above the fire. That was a cool kill. But, like, you know that couple, like why? It's like 20, it's like, no, like 50. And they've already started having sex.
It's just like, ah.
Yeah, I was just like, come on, man. Like you didn't have to go there.
Level of subtlety.
Yeah, there was, yeah.
But, like, there's a shot. There's a shot of, like, them having sex in the outline of the tent. And it
Yeah.
looks. Have you seen the sequel to Austin Powers?
No, I haven't seen any of the Austin Powers, but they do look quite funny.
There's a joke that's exactly that. Like, there's a joke of of Austin Powers and a girl sitting next to each other, and the soldiers are outside, and it looks like they're having sex. And I'm like, do you not notice how similar they look incredibly similar?
Yeah.
And it's like just a joke. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But one thing I did like about the opening scene was it does establish that that Jason is different in these movies.
Yeah, that's very true. Like,
I think he's scarier.
That's what he's getting.
I think he's scary. Yeah. I think he's more intimidating and he's scarier in these newer movies.
Well, because like in the older films, he's a bit like no nonsense. He just gets the job done. You know what I mean?
He's in the original. He's a ripoff of Michael Myers.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I mean, like, just making him run, that helps. I think that I don't know why they wouldn't make him run. Making him run really helps. I think it gives him more of like a mountain man feeling to him, which I think really works for Jason because it helps decipher him. And he's not like Michael, where he's pure evil. I think he's just like a killer. Like, there's no need to be reasoning for it. He's just a killer.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I thought that was interesting. And I think like he like, because also in the other movies, this might also be just because of the actors in the older movies. Like, no one seems that scared. Like, it's very like bad acting scared. When Chewie, the guy who's like looking for drugs in the woods, when he sees Jason, he seems scared.
Yeah, bro, he was terrified. He was like, no, please don't do this. Oh, honestly, is he the nerd, the guy with the glasses?
Yeah.
Yeah,
which like fair too. Like, if you saw that in the woods, I'd be so scared if I saw like a 7-foot dude in the woods.
In the older films, I feel like this happens in the older films with the woman. Like, they always say something sexual. Like, the woman, like, if there's a kid that comes to kill them, they'll be like, "Oh, I'll do whatever you want," type thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get that.
They'll try and kiss the killer. It's like, bro, the killer doesn't want like you. They want your. They're not into any of that, bro.
They want you to die.
They're into killing people.
Yeah. The thing about these characters, it has this early 2000s movies thing, and you'll find it in like all these characters are so unlikable. They all suck.
They all suck.
Like this. So this movie is by the guy by Michael Bay, who did the Transformers movies. Yeah. But like these characters, and they're in these Transformers movies too. They're really obnoxious. Like, there's a line in the movie where I can't remember. One of the guys is like, "Johnny didn't tell me not to take out his boat. That tells you." And I already knew I was gonna take out his boat. What does that tell about you? I'm like, tell about me. I'm like, it tells me you're a dick. Like,
yeah, literally. Like,
if I don't tell you to don't take out my boat, my very expensive boat.
It was like Trent's boat or something like that.
Yeah, it's like, Trent said not to take my boat. That means I'm about to take out his boat. I'm like,
Trent told me to not take out his boat. From that moment on, I knew exactly I was gonna take his boat. It's like,
the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Like, why do you hang out with this dude if you're just gonna be a dick? Like, the fuck?
Yeah,
so there's that. Like, the only characters who are like remotely likable are the Aaron as Chewie and
Well, I like the guy at the start who's like really scared. He's alright.
He's cool.
Because
and then
he's not.
Yeah, but I think the only characters in like the main plot, the guys who are like in the who are like kind of first in the story, I also like not white dudes. Chewie and the black guy. I can't remember his name right now.
But he was alright.
Yeah, because they're doing something in this movie. They're trying to have gags. They're trying to make jokes. You know, like these other characters are just like trying to be stereotypes.
Yeah.
But like, also,
he was alright.
Yeah, like Trent, the guy whose beach house they're into. Like, there's a bit where one guy's looking for a sister, like, "Hey, do you know my sister is gonna hang a sign up?" And there's like asshole Trent's like, "Hey, dude, you're holding up the line. F off." And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like, do you have to be a complete asshole to this dude? Like, huh?
Like, they're trying to find the sister, and you just done that one.
I know, like, you can obviously hear the conversation they're having.
Why do you have to be annoyed? Like, it's a serious matter. You just have to be annoyed.
And maybe you're not rushed, which it's showing he's not. Like, dude, like, don't have to be that annoying to everyone.
I mean, it just does give us another impression that he just is a bit of a dick.
Yeah, like and I think a lot the argument for that, and you get a lot of it, like, it's like that makes it more fun when they die. Like, but then you also have to watch those annoying characters for the other 50 minutes of the movie, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, great, you get 3 minutes when they die, but like for the rest of the movie, you have to just deal with them.
And to be honest, they're not even really that like they're still kind of dicks and assholes
Yeah,
when like they're still assholes when they die.
yeah, like when he dies, he's what is he like? How does Trent die? He gets he like that was I actually did that was an interesting kind of thing. I liked that what like his kill because he finds a car and it's like and they really played with how this is like a new Jason
Yeah,
with like can this Jason drive when he like when he just puts his hand out. It's like this could be Jason. This is entirely new Jason. Um, I was and then but it's like then it's not a guy, it's just an old dude. But then Jason appears and kills him. That was I thought that was a cool like way of using like
yeah,
that. This is a new kind of thing. Um,
yeah,
honestly, if you were gonna watch this movie, if you like this Friday, if you're gonna watch any of the Friday the 13th movies, honestly, I'd say watch this one because it's kind of like the best of the entire franchise, you know? Because
wait,
so yeah, so if you're gonna watch any of these movies, watch probably I'd say watch this one because
yeah,
it's kind of like a thing that all the highlights of all like 10 no all the other 9 movies. This is like the highlights Blu-ray of it because it's got
yeah.
like Jason getting his mask, Jason like all of Jason's like kills from the franchise.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, it
it's
kind of sums it all up in one.
yeah. So if you're gonna watch one, I'd say watch this one.
Yeah, probably watch this one. Yeah,
Not just because I can watch older movies, but this is an example
but
where
I don't know if I actually would watch this film. Like, it's very good, but it's not like incredible.
yeah, it's very middle of the road. I feel like
It's not like bang average, but it's not like really bad or really good. It's just it's a decent film.
it knows. I think like it knows what it's trying to do,
Yeah,
and it's doing that. What it's trying to do is not that good, but
yeah.
it's
It's
doing. But one movie that actually they came out really recently. I don't know if this will be a thing when we release it. Did this Netflix thing, the Fear Street trilogy? Have
yeah.
you seen it? Um,
No.
but I would absolutely check it out. It's really really good, and it does this. It does. There's a killer in it, and he's like the main killer of the second movie. And they do, and he's basically it's basically Jason. Like they're not even hiding it. They're like it's Jason.
Yeah.
But they do like a really good blend in those movies of a mix of nostalgia and bringing in new stuff.
Yeah.
Like, and
agree.
they're like they're Jason, right? Like their Jason, I think takes most of its cues from this movie.
Yeah.
Like there's one can run and all that. And it kind of that movie kind of just wants to be like I really wish we would have like a new Friday the 13th movie. Like I think it would work really well now, except I think they're not doing over legal matters.
Mm. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think the producer and director of the original movie are suing each other over the rights to the franchise,
Oh.
which I think is why we haven't had a Friday the 13th movie in this like 12 years. It's been
Yeah.
12
I feel
years.
like this always happens with like kind of remakes. I feel like they always make one in there's always the oldest ones, like whatever, 70s, 80s, 60s.
Yeah.
And I feel like they always make one in the early 2000s, like maybe not 2009, it's a bit late, but like they always make one in like 2003 or 2004. And then they always
Yeah.
make one like 2015 and 2016.
I know, because especially after those the new Halloween movies come out, and those are like a really big hit. Like, but you know, like there's the only like Friday 13th stuff we're getting is they're these fan films. I can't remember the name of them. Like Don't Hike Alone, I think they're called. That are being made, and they're reasonably well made, and they've got like a lot of like the fan favorites.
Yeah.
Which I was very surprised. There's a character in these franchises. His name's like Tommy something. I can't remember right now. I'm sorry. And he's like this fan. He's like the fan favorite of like this. He's like the protagonist of these movies. Like you know how Halloween has Laurie Strode. Like these movies have Tommy Jarvis. You know.
Yeah.
Like he's kind of. And apparently there was a script to include him in this, but they scrapped it. Which I mean, I think a movie with Tommy Jarvis in it, like really good. Like don't even have to do anything. Just like change the brother's name is to Tommy Jarvis. I don't know why they just didn't do that.
Yeah.
That seems like a thing they probably could have done. I don't know, they didn't, because actually I don't know why they didn't do that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. It's weird. I saw that like so no one in this movie has really done anything yet. I mean, they all seem like TV actors.
Yeah.
The director hasn't done anything like since 2009. He did like a bunch of these like horror remakes. And then kind of stopped. The only person who's actually still doing that is the stuntman Jason.
Yeah.
Which I think is kind of, I think it's kind of interesting how they just got for these franchises, they just got stuntmen because you don't have to pay actors to do it. You can just get a stuntman because mask looks the same on anyone.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, I
Like
agree.
I think what is he doing now? I'm just gonna check. He's like I think he's still like in some bigger budget stuff. Like he's what was he? He was the Predator in that the latest. Oh, he's in Predator 10 movie, 2010 version.
Yeah.
You see that?
Let
And then
me let me look it up.
he was in Alita. You know that movie that came out in 2019 about like that robot girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that the Actually, no. Maybe I'm thinking of a different thing. I was thinking about this film. It was like you know the guy who does Parasite.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say his name or
Like I think
what
it's like
his
John
name is.
Ungo.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to remember his name off the top of my head. Yep.
He did this other film about this like girl with some like genetically modified pig. It's completely irrelevant, but yeah.
Oh, check it out. Yeah, but
Let
so
me
he's
look
like
what it's called. Wait, what's the guy's name again?
let me just check. Parasite. That's a
Parasite.
movie I need to see. I haven't seen Parasite yet.
You haven't seen Parasite? Ah,
I know
it's
it's
very
one of
good.
those because it's one of those things where I work whilst I work whilst I watch movies, and it's harder to do that when you're with like the movie isn't in English because
Yeah. Oh yeah.
you
So
have to
the
keep
film I
looking
was
up.
telling you about was called It's
Here
called
we go. The director's called Bong Joon-ho.
yeah. The film's called Oja. So I'll read the description. For 10 idyllic years, young Mia, caretaker to this genetically modified pig, basically a huge animal, that
Mm-hmm.
like was put in South Korea in the mountains, something like that, and basically some company wants to buy the pig, but she has to like do get it back or whatever. I don't know. It's complicated, but yeah.
I think I heard about it. Yeah.
It's
So
called
sorry about.
it's got Jake Gyllenhaal in it.
Oh, cool. Okay, might check
Did
it
you
out.
see? Yeah, I don't remember. Did you see Nightcrawler?
Pardon?
Did you see Nightcrawler?
I have seen Nightcrawler. Yeah. So Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah. So sorry, we're going off like a tangent.
Yeah.
Uh, no, it's cool. It's cool. Love tangents. Yeah. I kind of want to just talk about the opening scene because that opening scene could just be a short film. Like it's 20
Yeah.
minutes long. Just make it like I could
You
imagine like
literally yeah.
or
I
like
mean,
release it on the Blu-ray extras.
you could easily make this film into like a five episodes like season or something.
Yeah, this actually could be a really interesting like. That's actually I get it. This does kind of feel like a TV series. Like you could make like the opening scene like an
Yeah.
episode, like a
Like
prelude.
yeah, that could be a full episode.
You could have I don't know. You could have like them
Like
arriving and then
yeah,
you
like
have a kill
driving
at the end of
there
the
and
first
yeah,
episode.
driving there like the guy getting killed and Jason getting his mask and like them like asking if they've
But
seen
that
the
could be
missing
like
person
episode
and then
two.
that.
Sorry, episode 3. Like yeah, that's a really good point. This could be a really good TV series.
Yeah, genuinely, you could.
Now I really hope someone like gets this and re-edits it into like a I don't know every episode's like half an hour long, and
Yeah,
I don't know
well,
make it a 4-part miniseries.
Yeah, let's hope. Let's hope.
Yeah, someone we're listening. We're talking to you, internet. Do that for us.
Yeah. Go on, make a series.
I haven't got. I would do it. I just haven't got the time. Yeah. No, this. So I think we've kind of touched upon like all the stuff we really like with this movie. What else did they say? Yeah, but sorry. Anyway, that opening segment. So I to mention how like you could cut a lot of it, like they're like walking towards like the camp. When I guess
It kind of extends the time,
said
but
they're
like
looking
it's
for
just so
drugs.
irrelevant.
I guess it sets up they're looking for drugs, but like that's not an important plot detail for like later. It's
Yeah,
not like that comes back at any point.
yeah.
So I think you could probably scratch that. Just say like they're camping in the woods. We don't need, like I think you could really just cut to them at nighttime at the campfire, and then you could just cut a few bits. I mean, also this thing is like there's that whole thing where they go to the Jason for his house, and all that. So that takes like forever. That's a weird thing when they're like going through the house because it looks disgusting.
It is grim.
That house is just a gross. And like, there's a bit where they reveal like the mum's head who like from the cold open and like the heads like you see it's like they're looking at the back of the head and I was like, if you see a hole in the wall and there's something that looks like wet hair in that hole,
I would not go near.
do not put your hand in the hole.
Yeah.
Because best case scenario, you're gonna get bit by an animal. Worst case scenario, it's a severed head. Like, yeah. It's a severed head of a serial killer who's still there.
God, yeah. But what I didn't get was the ending. So you know how like Jason comes back up, although they throw his body in the water. That's just confusing.
I think that's just
it's just stupid.
It's like a dream sequence kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like I think they knew this wasn't getting a sequel.
I was just looking at the cast and see if there's any films I actually know these guys from.
No, no one in this movie's done anything else. Like they're all TV actors now.
No. One of them's in The Flash.
Really? Oh yeah, no, she's like a side character. Danielle Pamba. Yeah, but like they're all none of these people have done like like a big budget movie since,
Yeah, they're all in just these kind of dodgy horror films.
Yeah. Admittedly, I think that some actors.
in the old one, there's actually loads of kind of famous people.
It's one of those things where like, all the actors then went on to become famous. Like what's his name from Footloose is in it?
They kind of downgraded. Like they have this guy called Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, Kevin Bacon. The Kevin Bacon's in the original, of course. Yeah.
Like none of these films I've seen. Actually, X-Men First Class. Yep.
Yeah, he's in that.
He's in.
No, Kevin Bacon's like Footloose. Everyone knows Footloose.
Yeah.
You know Footloose.
I don't think I've seen it, but I've definitely know it.
I would. No, you definitely see it. It's really good. So like, yeah, maybe it's like one of those happy accident type things where it's just like, oh, he's famous now. Great, that works. The only another thing about this movie is the ending starts to feel a bit like padding.
Say again?
The ending, like when they're running around the camp, like it starts to feel like padding,
Yeah, a little bit maybe.
Because like there's that whole bus, when nothing happens in that bus scene, it's kind of just Jason. They go into bus. Jason goes in the bus. They kick Jason. They get out of the bus. Jason gets out of the bus.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Although one thing I did keep noticing.
Oh wait, no. Wait, is there another? There's a third. No.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
There's wait, what?
Wait, what's that?
There's another Friday the 13th film.
Oh no, mate. There's not. What?
2011.
What's this?
Friday the 13th Part 2 brackets 3D. I'm pretty sure it's just crap, but yeah.
Are you sure it's like a re-release?
I think maybe it's a re-release.
I'm checking this out. What's that?
Friday the 13th Part 13.
Oh, it's a short film. It's a short film.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I see. I see what you're looking at. Yeah, it's just a short film. I don't think that's like that's like one of those. I don't think it's one of those.
I mean, like, one of them was
the rights are there.
Pardon? One of them was in the Predator, like the one which was made like 11 years ago, 2010.
Oh.
Just looking through them to see if any other ones they've been in. I mean, yeah, this is what I mean. Like just some of them, like the most irrelevant films. Like there's one called Road Trip Beer Pong.
Oh God.
Well, actually, one of them was in Civil War.
I'm sure it was like the bit role.
Oh yeah, they're probably like a shopkeeper.
Yeah, it is really funny when you'll go on IMDb and it'll say, uh, like this person was in like this movie was like as like and it says like this is what they're in that movie is like shopkeeper number 2.
Yeah, yeah, true.
And you're like,
Well,
okay, well that
actually, one of them was in the first Captain America.
okay, okay, they're doing something at least.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, they're just in films called Deranged Granny.
Oh
Like,
no,
kind
that's
of
never
boring.
good.
Was it like 1% Rotten Tomatoes?
I don't think Rotten Tomatoes reviewed it. I'm making a guess, you know.
Yeah, didn't even get the approval.
They're like, we're gonna review.
One of them's
Uh,
called Travis Van Winkle.
great
Weird
name.
name.
I
I mean,
think it's a great name.
I mean, I wouldn't exactly be sad.
It wouldn't be terrible, but
Would
you
not be
know,
terrible.
no. Yeah. So I mean, this movie, it's proficient. You know, it's
Yeah,
proficient.
yeah.
It does what it's trying to do. Doesn't do anything else. I think it knows what it
No,
is. It's not.
it knows what it's trying to do. It does everything, but just not as good.
It's just like look. It's like
Do you know what I'm saying?
you paid $20 in cinemas. We will
Yeah,
give you the bare minimum, and in 90 minutes you will leave.
literally.
Which actually, one thing I like about this movie is that it's 90 minutes. It's not any longer. Because I do
like
know,
that.
as much as I would like a new Friday 13th movie, I know that if they made another one, it'd be like 2.5 hours. It'd be an absolute slog, and you'd have to sit down and be like, let's do this. Come on.
Yeah,
Like,
we can pull through somehow.
yeah, so I'm like, I like how this movie is like a quick 90 minutes. Like, you watch it, you're in and out. Like, and it doesn't drag on that much.
No, I do like that. I do like that.
That is actually, I think it's like an advantage of the entire series. None of them are that long. You can probably get through them reasonably quickly, you know?
Yeah,
So, that's great. We love that.
love that.
That seems to be kind of it.
Yeah, pretty much covered everything.
This has been a bonus episode of the C Files podcast. Yeah.
Yeah.
See you next week.
Thank you for listening.
Thanks for listening. I have no idea what we'll be doing next week. I'm Luke.
I'm 40.
And this has been the C Files podcast. See you then. Hi, this is Luke. If you like that video, please like and subscribe, and click the bell icon for notifications about new videos.